Imagine an empire so powerful, it feels like it will never fall. Millions of planets, endless resources, absolute control. This is the word of foundation written by Isaac Asimov. But beneath all that power, something is already breaking.
That sounds familiar. In real life, too, things don't collapse in one day. They fall apart slowly, while people pretend everything is fine.
At the center of this story is Harry Seldon. Not a king, not a soldier, just a mathematician, a thinker. He creates something extraordinary, a science called psychohistory.
So he can't tell what one person will do.
Exactly. And what he sees is terrifying. The empire will fall. And after that, humanity will enter 30,000 years of darkness.
That's not just knowledge, that's a burden.
Yes. Seldon doesn't ask, "Can I stop this?" He asks something deeper. Can I reduce the damage? Because sometimes the future can't be avoided, but it can be prepared for.
What happens when he tells people?
The empire arrests him, not because he's violent, but because he's right. Standing before powerful rulers, Seldon doesn't fight. He offers a plan. Create a foundation on a distant planet called Terminus.
What's its purpose?
To preserve knowledge, to gather scientists, thinkers, scholars, and to protect everything humanity has learned. If they succeed, those 30,000 years of darkness can become just 1,000.
So while the empire tries to hold power, he tries to save the future.
Exactly. After Seldon's death, his plan continues. Years pass, then decades. The Foundation faces its first crisis. They are surrounded by failing kingdoms, greed, and chaos. They have no army, no weapons, only knowledge.
That sounds like a disadvantage.
At first, yes. But then something changes. Their knowledge becomes power. They use technology others don't understand. They turn science into something almost sacred. And slowly they survive. Not by force, but by understanding human belief, fear, and desire.
So instead of fighting wars, they influence people.
Exactly. As time passes, things change again. Religion fades, trade rises, merchants replace priests. Influence grows through exchange, not war. Small decisions quietly reshape the future.
And all of this was predicted?
Yes. At key moments, recording of Seldon appears, guiding them through each crisis. It feels like everything is under control.
But it doesn't last, does it?
No, because psychohistory has one weakness. It cannot predict a single unpredictable individual. And then comes the mule,
Who is he?
a man with terrifying ability. He can control emotions, fear, loyalty, love. He doesn't need armies. He conquers people from within.
So one person breaks the entire system.
Yes, everything Seldon predicted begins to fail. because no equation can fully capture human unpredictability.
That's unsettling, but real.
Exactly. That's the message. Systems can guide us, but they can never fully control us. Because human emotions, choices, and desires will always find a way to change the outcome. The foundation survives, but not unchanged. They become wiser, more careful, more aware of how fragile the future really is.
So, does the story end with victory?
Not exactly. It ends with continuation because civilization doesn't move forward perfectly. It moves forward uncertain, sometimes broken, but still alive. It's about responsibility, how we use knowledge, how we handle power, and how we prepare for what's coming.
And maybe the most important idea,
That no system is perfect, no power is permanent.
and it leaves us with a question.
If you could see the future clearly, would you try to control it or help people survive it?